Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of Turtle Talk. As always, I am one of your hosts, Dave Wonder. But as always, I am not alone in this. Well, it looks like I'm alone in this because the studio's kind of vacant. But don't worry, that'll get better. That'll get better. But I am joined by one of my favoriteest people in the whole wide world. That's right. You might know him as Mr. Geeky. I know him as Name Redacted. That's right. It's Mr. Geeky.
How did you know that was my given name? Name redacted. And my parents had a good sense of humor.
I guess.
Is this like a haunted episode? I'm looking at your background and I'm like,
I feel like it. No, the studio revamp is in full effect. So yeah, I am in the wreckage of the studio right now. Very, very excited to keep trucking on this, but that'll be a video for another time. Real quick though, I do want to give a shout out to the COJ because they're already chiming off in the chat, like you know. I don't think I actually saw you in there already, Geeky.
Well, we were debriefing beforehand, so I didn't get a chance to multitask.
Hold on.
I will fix that now. Maybe.
No,
I don't know. I don't want to spoiler alert, right?
Whoa, my volume just went haywire. Hold on. All right, there we go. Got it. Sorry, we got Ford, we got Teo Mike, we got Jeffrey King, we got Mighty Mike, we got Mr. Ryan Clark, we got Phantom Crow. Who else we got? Carolina Reviews. What up, what up, what up? We got Goofballs in here. We got 3 and 5,000. Alistair McRae, Pendergast, Masters of None, Mr. Ryan Clark. Oh no, Dave's trapped in Dexter's room a little bit. Shaggy coming in with some sweet, sweet emotes. Oh god damn it, Geeky. There's Epic Badger, and what up, Shakes the Clone. So yes, welcome to another exciting edition of Turtle Talk. We got a bunch of toy news to talk about. We got some awesome folks coming by a little later on. So Geeky, I don't know how you want to start this. We got some toy news, we got some unboxing. What are you feeling? What are you feeling?
Oh, there's so much. We have. Well, we'll start with see what we got. I'll show you what I got. I've got a lot of TMNT facing figures to crack into tonight. So we could start with that, and then we can kind of, go into the immenseness that is going to be this next week. Because it's going to be.
I'm for it. So I guess if you want to grab out some stuff that you're unboxing, COJ, this is a little gripping and ripping too. So if you're feeling froggy, jump. Just rip those lovely bits of plastic out of their cardboard prisons. Very nice, very nice. I was lucky enough. I found everybody but Goldfin for my son this weekend.
Dang it!
So I was very, very excited to find those.
I pre-ordered, and those are like
I did too.
Yeah. Haven't seen them in stores yet though.
Just go a little north. That's all. 3 and 5,000. What's up? I did see that Christopher Reeves Superman. It looks amazing. I am very frustrated that it's going to be a pain in the ass to get. But you know what? It will also be a pain in the ass to get, but it's very exciting tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, noon Eastern. If you go to Big Bad Toy Store, you can get that coffin box Vampiro I designed. It'll be available on BBTS. They only have very, very limited quantities, so make sure to check that out. I'll be blowing shit up tomorrow with posts about that. Oh, nice. Sorceress April, right on. Glow in the Dark Super 7 figs at Walmart tomorrow. Tempting, but I'm getting that red laser. Hopefully. Dude, I'm going to try. I'm going to try for those. Super 7 at Walmart, still weird. That Hordak's neat. What up, Panther?
I'm trying to figure out how far can I go in terms of like classifying something as TMNT adjacent here, because I got all the Sonic stuff, and I'm so excited to I've been looking at it and I'm like, I need to open this Uncanny Valley stuff.
So I am actually opening up something that I've been waiting a very long time for, and I know it will be worth the wait. It is from my buddies over at Rad Radioactive Dudes. And it is packed to the nines. But it is acting like I'm gonna make a mess, and I've already made a mess in the studio. So what's up, Duard? How's it going, bud? So it is none other. Oh, very nice. I busted those open, and they're actually in the hands of Mr. Duard himself. But there is a lovely signed picture.
Cool.
Because in case you didn't know, got in Ecto Narc. Very excited to get this. This also has the autograph of the sculptor, which is super dope. This is they gave me a sticker. So very excited. That'll go on the toy wall. But
was that a thing separate from the figure itself that was signed?
it was, because
Okay.
here's actually Ectonarch.
Nice.
So very excited for that. Yeah, this rules. So very excited.
What's the back say? Read that back.
Comes with a rad companion comic. Discover the origins. Portrait of Ectonarch, the totally tubular toy hunter. Vital statistics, accessories, sinister selfie staff, the reanimated head of Boston Mike. Abilities, superhuman strength and speed, glows when powers are activated, generates and travels through portals. Birthplace, West Memphis. Weight 165, height 6'1", age 43.
So we know his what's on his license now. But
yeah,
what does he glow in the? Does he actually glow in the dark?
Yeah, and actually this is kind of cool. I didn't know how this card back was on, but it is on with like sticky tabs.
Oh, so it's resealable too.
Yeah, so it's resealable.
Okay.
There is zip ties out the wazoo. Mitch, how's it going? So what is this? Keep getting emails that Dave Wonder is live on Twitch. Hey now, I'm always live. But very excited for this. This of course is a figure of a friend, so this will be going up on the toy shelf right next to good old Pixel Dan's fantastic Major Bendy that came out not too long ago. I'm gonna pop this up. But I believe we also have a knock at the door because I see Mr. Sugar in there. What's up, dude?
Hey guys,
howdy.
You see me? Can you see me? Okay.
Oh yeah,
man, you're good.
I don't even know what my screen looks like. I apologize for the mess.
Oh, you're good. I currently completely emptied out studio, so I'm very jealous of everybody having a background.
Yeah,
I have rubble.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, I mean, this is like probably the most presentable. Like everything else is like, so it's actually this works out.
Dude,
so
I'm trying to read all the books. Like, what are the names of the? Like,
I would say like there's different there. At one point they were all like categorized like and it was all organized, but like it's gone. I gotta redo it. But like here in the middle, this is kind of like my research, like a lot of folklore stuff, like with things I like, Halloween, the Inca culture, a lot of like some comics, some Hellboy, like paranormal stuff. I kind of dig that kind of stuff, and I have a lot of making of, like I'm a big movie nerd, so I love like the making of books and things like that, behind the scenes and all that jazz.
Heck yeah.
So,
welcome. We'll be popping up some images here in just a moment of some of your fantastic work. In case you don't know, Sjogren is an absolutely fantastic sculptor and toy maker. And we'll be popping up some goodies here in just a sec. I do have to pop this up just because Rad Radioactive Dudes took care of me. I had to pop him up. There's Narc himself.
Whoa.
And there's the reanimated head of Boston Mike.
That's cool.
The crazy thing is, this is all held together with magnets.
Oh, so cool. So it's made out of resin.
Yeah, this is I think definitely resin. Cool thing is, it's also got, I don't know if that's gonna pull up, but it does have custom bull airs.
Wow.
Sneaks and whatnot. He has his selfie stick. This is dope. It's an action figure of a friend. This is definitely going up on the shelf. So shout out to Rad Radioactive Dudes and their Ectonarch. He also has an Attic Invaders belt buckle that I didn't know he was going to have.
So a lot of detail on it. That's great.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Very cool.
What a time to be alive.
Right? Very stoked. Craig's been a good brother for a long time, so fun to add him to the stack and the stash. But I don't know. Should we just dive into some toy news? We can start off with this dude's fantastic work.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you for having me on, by the way.
Yeah,
dude, stoked to have you on. Let me get. Whoa. Hold on. Of course, now it's like, now I will not work properly. Boink. There we go.
We're doing it live.
Right? Oh yeah. So as it was hinted at here, there's some New York Comic Con announcements. Sweet label, little Maddie love there. But you have two things debuting, right? At San Diego. So this is the Beetlejuice Guru.
Yeah. Yeah, because I almost called it Beetle Guru, and I was like, because I always try to do something clever. Like the one thing I'm bummed out, if I ever do a re-release of my Turtles one down the line, I'm gonna call it Guru and a Half Shell.
Nice.
Actually, I got to
Good call.
credit. I got to credit Toy Shiz, gave me that idea. So, but yeah, this is the Beetlejuice Guru because I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny. And then the other one is the TMNT Guru, and they kind of spawned from this first one that I did of Guillermo del Toro.
There we go.
So.
Oh, and
Yeah.
you've also done one of Kevin Smith too, right?
Yeah, which I also have here. And I also want to shout out. So I designed these. I'm like an illustrator, but I do have a sculptor that I work closely with that, you know, God bless her. She is very patient with me, and she will do her name is Taylor Brown. I want to shout her out and give her proper credit. She's sculpted most of my figures, and I give her so many notes. But you know, now we've kind of like synchronized where she kind of knows like what my stuff looks like. So it's not as many notes as before, but yeah. Yeah, it's weird. It's very sometimes like it's a challenge to figure out like all the arms and stuff like that. But I'm pretty satisfied like with the series so far. So if anything, I guess I'm just like I keep copying myself over and over again. So so that's never a problem.
Yeah. Oh, Mitch is asking where can I now, Mitch. Phrasing. He's wondering where can Mitch get the Beetlejuice outside of New York Comic Con? Do you know if it's going to be available elsewhere, or is it a New York Comic Con exclusive?
So from what I know is that it's the it's not going to be the physical actual like production is not going to be ready for Comic Con. We're only going to be previewing the prototype. So
Okay.
so I don't know. So I don't know if like pre-orders are going to be made available at Comic Con, but it should be a pretty. I don't want to say it's an open edition, but it should be like somewhere around the line. Like most of my stuff is usually like a limited edition, like a 500. So, maybe it will be made available for pre-order at Comic Con. I don't know. I don't have all the details yet. What I do know is that the Ninja Turtles one, the glow in the dark one, will be available in hand at a New York Comic Con. So, yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
And oh, thank you. Yeah. You know, I originally when I originally like was designing it, like I had I at one point I wanted to keep it food themed because I had the hand with the pizza. I always meant to have the TCRI ooze canister in there somewhere. So at one point I did have him holding the popsicle in the other hand to just keep it food themed, and because of balance, I didn't want it like the popsicle kind of just like stuck out. So I put the TCRI canister again, and then when I realized I was going to make a base, I was like, this is my chance to redeem the popsicle, and I brought it back and I put it on the base. So yeah.
Also, this image is let's see, how can I get it back? There we go. This image has been hypnotizing me. Thumbnail, like yes, like let's just keep that going. This is fantastic.
Yeah, no, it was tough to select like what things I wanted to glow in the dark because like you could go crazy, you know, you could have like all the bandanas glow in the dark. But then there was something about like the Mirage turtles, how when you look at them, like the first thing you kind of focus on are the eyes and the teeth, and I definitely was like, okay, I'm gonna focus on just kind of highlighting those things to glow in the dark. So
For sure.
yeah,
The process is awesome.
Yeah, well, and then one of them you had the popsicle stick. It showed there was the one that showed.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one with the darkened eyes too, where it just looks like it's like that.
I seriously went through so many iterations of this. Like not like I mean it didn't change like drastically, but like this is one of the first. I will be completely honest. This is one of the figures that I probably overthought too much, just because I love the turtles. I have such a passion for the turtles, that I just wanted it like get to the closest thing to like to perfection as I could. So I probably shouldn't be saying this, but I probably missed like my deadline to submit like the final sculpt a couple of times, just because I was like at the very last minute, always just like kind of like nitpicking something, or I was looking at every single reference, like inspiration of turtles, like even like a freaking Pez dispenser. Yeah, I just love like that head shape, and I love how like the bandana is made in this. So that's referenced a little bit in my final sculpt. So
dude,
yeah.
So that actually brings me to a little random thing of news that I actually realized has a really funny little Photoshop error that I was looking at for some of the things that are announced or coming out. But this is the Shredder's Revenge physical copy, and I just noticed that they photoshopped Mikey in, and his figure foot is hanging over Raph's head.
Oh,
that Pez dispenser, I was like, man, that Raph's head looks weird, and I'm like, oh no, like they didn't. Well, because if you zoom out, it looks perfectly normal.
Yeah,
but
it looks like the squished rubber head kind of thing, right?
Yeah. There is a part of me that is slightly tempted in getting these, but like these have been like re-released so many times.
Oh, dude, someone was talking to me about it, and they were just like, so do you think the tooling's still any good? I'm like, oh, I'm sure this is redone tooling like 2 or 3 times over at this point, because every single one of those Amazon box sets had a set of these repainted somehow.
Here's what I will say. I'm always happy to have any other version of TMNT, the core characters themselves, but like in this game could have been the opportunity to get our very first Tempestra, for instance, right? Because she's in that game, or or Chien Khan, who was in the background, right? Or Hothead, there's a lot of different, like, we've never had that in that specific version. So it's like
I'm gonna say something that's probably gonna like get me in trouble, but I feel like Playmates has been dropping the ball for a while.
Yeah, well, they're doing the cash grab right now. It's always like, how can they make the biggest buck for the lowest thing?
Yeah,
but I gotta say though, some of the newer stuff, like the new characters, I'm digging these.
Oh yeah, the mutant mayhem stuff is great. The mutant. Okay, so let me bring that back. So I feel like when it's contemporary stuff, like when it's like whenever like I gotta commend them for the Rise figures and the mutant mayhem, because they're actually on model for once.
Yeah.
And the playability is great. I just think like for the collector, like for us, I just feel like they've been missing the mark a little bit, and maybe that's like that's not their aim. They tried. I think a couple of years they put out all those figures that have like the super like a lot of articulate on the fingers that looked really weird.
But they re-released those like 1,000 times over too.
Exactly.
Those originally came out, if I'm remembering correctly, in 2012.
Yes.
Because they came out and they had like early release, I think at Comic-Con, but the Turtle Classics were released, and then they reused them for like a movie version, and then they've re-released those in those 2 versions like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Plus black and white versions, ninja versions, Street Fighter versions, Cobra
Karate, Karate Kid, yeah.
There's that Krang though. They showed off the Krang in android form as a prototype.
They didn't put him out even when they did the shitty re-releases of like, here's a
that's right. Right. They never released the Shredder or the Krang, right?
Well, so they ended up doing the Shredder, Triceraton, Bebop, and Rocksteady as like separate releases more recently, but they never have released the Krang.
Was that Shredder the same Shredder though? Because the Shredder I remember
because his scale was all effed up, because they showed him next to Krang, and Krang was actually slightly taller, and that was like a big thing, but they never showed, if I remember correctly, they never showed that Shredder next to the Turtles. And so when you put him up next to the Turtles, it's like, dude, Mikey's left toe could kick that Shredder's butt. Like, it was terrible.
Those Turtles were enormous.
Yeah, they were gigantic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The I want to so here's a topic of controversy, and I'm sure you guys have already talked about it. So that model, it's almost, I remember when they announced the Last Ronin one. Remember they did that Last Ronin one that
And it was
was like,
great. It
and
was such
yeah.
a cool little fig.
Well, when they first announced it, I didn't know what the size was going to be, so I thought it was going to be just like the big size. And then I was surprised when I actually got it that it was actually in the. But then, okay, so let's fast forward to the re-release figures that they just did recently. Why didn't they use the same tooling they did for the Last Ronin one for those new figures? Why are the ankles like this? I understand that they did that for Mutant Mayhem. That's one thing, but why would you like not take the opportunity to re-release the originals like with good articulation? I don't know. So
someone brought this up on a previous stream, and they said that the tooling for that ankle joint apparently is immensely cheaper because all it is a plug joint. Like it doesn't have any additional pieces.
Yeah.
But it's like.
But why did they do it for Last Ronin then?
Yeah.
So
and that's the thing, is that Last Ronin figure, while tiny, was fantastic. It was a great figure.
Well, I was talking to who was talking to this about? I think I was talking to Matt Hatter about this, and that that Last Ronin figure, I thought that was like Playmates announcing like this is gonna be a little wink preview of our Origins line of turtles, and then like it's like no, nothing.
And then
Nope.
Yeah.
Also, just because this because when you said talked about Hatter for a second, this popped into my mind. R.I.P. to Renders FX.
I saw. Yeah, man.
I just saw that. I've been away from social media and stuff for a couple days outside of like a very brief stream on Monday. And I came back and I was like, shit, like he was a really good dude. So that was that sucked to find out about, and hope his family's doing okay and everything. But
it's always a shock when we lose like people that we're closely working with or just friends. I mean, in general, because it's like one day to another. I mean, like I can not to I don't know, I guess like stay on that topic or anything like that, but like recently I in some of the projects that I worked with, not to get too specific, but some of the people that were part of the project, I was literally on the phone with them like on a Thursday, and then I heard that they had passed like on a Saturday, and like finding out the news then like on a Monday, and I was just like it's insane. It's insane. Yeah. So my heart goes out to the family, and rest in peace.
So no one's promised tomorrow.
That's
why you just got to make the world suck less every day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the joy that is brought in from, I mean, this is what I love so much about this world too, is like, we're it's the art, it's the things that stick around, and it's a legacy that sticks around and brings so much joy and so much love to so many folks,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, like I'm proud that I've been collecting since I was 4 years old. So. So.
Oh wait, what? Panther said, "Are the Shredder's Revenge figures based on their bigger retro body?" I have no idea. I mean, it's very clear that those are very heavily photoshopped. So I have no idea.
Yeah, who knows if Playmates is actually going to have like the rendering on the back. It might just be like on the front. Like they did with what was that Mutant Mayhem that they did, where it was like the shadows, and then you turned around and there was
nothing. Yeah. The funny thing is, I ended up doing a custom version of those because when I was just like, man, it'd be really cool to cell shade those. So I went ham on it, and then they announced that they were going to be coming out for Walmart, like for a collector's con, which it's tomorrow, which apparently will have 2 Super 7 glow in the dark figures. Of someone was talking about Scratch and
3 technically, right?
Oh, Scratch! I did see Scratch. Yeah, I did see Scratch. No. But you know what? Okay, so I'll take back what I said about Playmates, because I mean, obviously, I love Playmates. I grew up with it, and they like the sketch turtles that they came out with are amazing. But I think what I will say is they've been inconsistent a little bit. So sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good. Actually, one thing that I have is actually because you are within this as well, and as you said, you're a collector and whatnot. One of the things that I love about collecting is finding that way to make something or have something in your collection that's just like that little bit extra, that little bit more special or unique. So I got a ye old package from Scaled 3D. Some upgrade kits for my NECA Street diorama.
Heck yeah.
Actually, I got to give a shout out to Jonathan from Nostalgia Unbox. He did a whole video on this. I felt a little bit like a turd because there were like 3 or 4 things that I'd already ordered, and I'm like, no, don't tell people about that yet. I want to talk about it and show it on the screen. But yeah, so I don't know. I just picked up some stuff, so I can pull those out here in a little bit. Oh,
I like that dude's channel.
Dude, I do too. He's a good guy. He has amazing production value. I hope I can even get to somewhere near that when
I found him. I think I found him just randomly one day, and I loved how like specific and nerdy he was, and I loved like his grading system, like on joints and like
for sure.
Supposedly, it's great.
Oh, and the 4-base. Oh, never mind. Talking about Joy Toy Turtles, whole new scale of Ninja Turtles that are absolutely stunning. Mine
are those 7-inch?
It's
no, those are 3 or they're 4 inches tall.
They're itty bitty. They've got a ton of articulation on it. I'll start opening them I'll open them and then I'll show you.
I don't think I've seen those.
They're real cool, man.
Yeah, they're really cool. I was not expecting them to be
they're real small.
It's small. It doesn't the scale doesn't bother me. It just kind of was like, what?
Yeah.
I'll put it out there just because I don't want that audio.
How do they cram all that gram, right? I mean, that's.
But I got my set, and they're real cool.
Those are the ones. Okay, they're like I have seen them. Okay, I didn't realize they were that small though. I thought they were gonna be like huge.
Yeah, they're tiny. Actually, if you want to jump, we can jump into a little toy news. Because there's a bunch from Heat Boys as well as former Memory Toys. Now I'm blanking on the new company name. But yeah, these are insane. There are a bunch of different scales of really cool looking turtles coming out here shortly. But go check out that reel when you get a sec. Just saying.
Oh, that's cool.
That is cool. Are they like original, or are they based off like the IDW comics?
Technically they're based on. They're not based on anything, but they look a hell of a lot like Freddie Williams' artwork.
Also the Fortnite characters. I mean, like I look at this and I'm like, if you pull up Fortnite and Michelangelo,
it's real close.
It's looking like that.
Do you guys collect at all like the well, obviously, I mean, I'm gonna talk about it because like my brain is in that realm. Do you guys ever get the vinyl toy, the Toy Tokyo vinyl toy, like kaiju turtles? Like they were like this big, huge.
No, chunks or whatever they were, like the big
Playmates?
like
Yeah, it was like it was like a Godzilla. It was like a Godzilla.
I don't remember those.
Are you like how they did that? Like they made a Cookie Monster one, for instance? Is that what you're?
Kind of. You know, I could probably just grab my phone and show you.
Right. I mean, I know there was like concept figures of Kaiju TMNT that back in the day that never came out, but that's my familiarity.
Yeah, okay.
That's fine.
They all look like hold on.
Yeah. Kind of like Gamera a little bit. Yeah.
That's really cool. Who put that one out?
I believe it was Toy Tokyo. Yeah, it's those. So what's crazy about it is I think there's a Clutter magazine article, but they never released them. The Shredder, Bebop, the Krang, Bebop, and Rocksteady in that line, the Kaiju line, were amazing, and I'm just so sad they never got released. Ooh. So,
hell yeah, dude! The line that has me at its mercy, and I have not bit on it yet, is the Mondo Safubi line.
Oh, those are cool.
Those look so fucking cool, and I'm so angry at Alex because he keeps on being like, I'm like,
they're really cool.
I have a soft spot for those because my friend James Groman sculpted a couple of those. He sculpted I'm pretty sure the Mondo Gecko and the Baxter Stockman. So
yeah, dude,
Yeah.
they're so good looking, and I'm just like, bro, I don't have the space or the funds.
I know, man. Yeah,
Nice.
Mondo. The good thing about Mondo is that for the most part they tend to sell out of stuff, so you don't really get a chance to get it anyway. So
Fingers crossed. Oh, what up, Charles? How's it going? The blacksmith and the artist reflected in the art. They forged their creativity closer to the heart. Yes, closer to the heart. Yeah, man.
I got an
sorry.
Aunt Aggie, makeshift Aunt Aggie,
Oh.
by the way.
Don't tell my wife I bought that for her because she just really likes Murder, She Wrote.
I do too, but I was like, this works as a double. I'm like, I don't know that I'm ever going to see an actual Aunt Aggie, but I'm like, this is close enough.
You're not. Well, no. I mean, I will never say never with NECA because those guys. Shout out to the NECA TMNT team. They make everyone.
Here's what I'll say. What I'll say. Swap off the head. You have the rest of it already there. That's basically.
Yeah.
I know that it was sculpted at one point because I talked to Trevor about that.
Yeah.
Real quick, here are some window blinds for the NECA street scene, as well as there's a half sheet one that also shout out to Scaled 3D, but this is an insert for an air conditioning unit.
Whoa, super detailed.
So I will I'll be tagging that up and doing a little weathering. Also got a little bonus spooky print of
cool.
A skull and a jack-o'-lantern. But
those are all for like the NECA street.
Yeah, NECA street dial. And then cool. A service door.
That's amazing.
So that inserts over. So pretty dang cool. Nice, and all the pieces are all detailed out.
Wow.
So very cool. So yeah, those are all up on eBay, and I think at their Etsy shop as well.
To piggyback really quick on what you said about NECA, like never say never. Like I'm just overjoyed for the fact that I get to have one of these now.
Oh, dude, right?
Like I never thought like in a million years I was gonna have an articulated version of the Eastman and Laird like sketches.
Dude, the black and white ones are starting to hit Target now too, which is pretty rad. Yeah. I'm trying so hard not to grab them because I have the Mondo turtle, I have the Bottleneck Gallery Laird turtle that scale together, and I'm like, okay, they're black and white, they're gonna be posed like they're gonna be posed, because that's my problem is with the figures, I would literally pose them exactly like the statues, and then I'd be like, aha.
Yeah. The only thing I was bummed about this one is I wish I could have gotten the red bandana version, because I have the red bandana version for the other one, but it's technically, I was like, well, they're both technically Mikey, so it's kind of cool. I guess I have one in orange. Yeah, it's fine.
I have the black and whites, so they're so good.
Yeah.
They make me very happy.
Hopefully I get, that's the one thing that I think, fingers crossed, that if all my colorways of my Guru sell out, that's the fourth colorway I want to do is the Mirage black and white.
That's cool. Would you do a colored bandana, or would you do it straight up black and white?
No, I would do the bandanas would be all red.
Okay,
so,
red.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was the way that I that was my break in the NECA collecting, was I kind of went, okay, for the Mirage, I'm just gonna collect them if they're black and white, because it looks like the comic art, and also there's not as many.
Yeah.
So that's
I guess I could maybe do a Last Ronin variant. So.
Oh dang! Scored the black and white ones at Walmart a little bit ago. Gonna put them on a turntable with the colored version. Very cool.
Ooh, cool.
Would your Guru have alternate heads with the longer bandana tails?
I would love to. I would love to say yes, but since it's this release, it's resin. It's a higher quality resin. There's no attachments or anything like that. It's just, you're basically getting like a sculpture. I think the one Guru that has like the most articulation that I've done, and the first two that I did of Guillermo and Kevin were vinyl. So this one, the Kevin one, actually you can actually turn his hands. So you could have him holding all these things like in really weird positions. But the Beetlejuice one is going to be vinyl. I don't know how much movement that's going to have. Yeah, there's the series, and I'm working on a few other ones for next year, so that should be pretty cool.
Heck
So
yeah.
I'm freaking hypnotized by that image. It's just like, what?
Thanks, man.
Were, were there stipulations like that? Do you have to work within a certain, like if you for certain brands it would have to do resin versus vinyl, or is it what goes into the?
I mean, I don't want to I don't know too much of the politics of it. It's just I remember when I delivered it, I originally thought it was gonna be vinyl, and then something in the I don't know behind the scenes production stuff happened. They told me it was gonna be resin, so it was one of those things where it was like kind of really out of my control. That's one of the things about working with licenses. It's just like first of all, just thankful to be working doing something turtles related. So you know you just have to kind of just go with the flow. But you know resin I know back in the day, like when somebody says resin, I go like, eek, it's gonna break. So I totally know the feeling, but like I've held some samples and some other things from other different toys, and it's really good. I mean, you just obviously have to like be like extra careful with it, but hopefully someday maybe we'll do like a vinyl release. But for now, it's this is the official only release that it will be in resin. So, but you know, it's pretty cool. People have been showing the glow in the dark one, so it looks really cool.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Well, I mean, there's precedent of like this is what I love about this version of it. I mean, I know with the Guru, it's they all have the extra arms, but like in Turtles,
yeah,
there are a lot of characters where that makes sense too. So it's like, it's like I could put this with Crying Hound, and I could put it with Sarnath, and I could, I mean, it's like.
Yeah. I have to say the Turtles one was pretty like came about really quickly because I mean obviously with the 4 weapons and then the 2 items at the end I was just like I'm like this is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So
my brain goes, oh, I will not be at New York, so this is as close as I get for right now.
Oh nice.
But
I love that. That's one of my favorite series. Yeah.
Dude, so yeah, and that's something hopefully we'll get a lot more news about at New York Comic Con as well, because they were talking about NECA's 2012 line coming a little bit closer to the light at the show. So
I had not to bring Trevor up, but I had lunch with Trevor yesterday, and a couple of years ago, I think it was like 4 years, maybe before the pandemic, I had told him I was like, you guys should do the 2012 series just because I want a properly scaled Slash figure.
right.
You know, so 100%. and I brought it up again yesterday, and of course he can't confirm or say anything.
Yeah.
But he smirked a little bit, so hopefully.
I am both excited and my wallet is terrified of that line because that line, my oldest, my son and I collected that line together like during the pandemic. So it was well after the fact, but we were picking it up loose, online and like at toy swaps and stuff.
Yeah.
And like I said, literally Terflytle lives on my desk.
That's the thing is that there's such a great roster that did come out, but there's also so many characters that didn't. And it's like to think about the fact, yes, to scale, right? But also to the fact that like, Sir Malachi, right? Like the bird character, right?
Oh, dude, the creep. I mean, there's a million, zombie shredder. Like they could play it up so much. And there's, I mean, again, all the Dream Beavers.
Yeah.
Are those bootlegs?
No, Dream Beavers. They did.
No,
those. Okay. I need to get those. I need to get those.
You modded up. I think
they're behind plastic right now because again, we exploded a wall the other day. So
oh my gosh!
The studio's in a little bit of disarray. That door leads to a wall right now.
Wow.
In a wall. But all my turtle stuff is under plastic. Right? It's so close.
I'm excited. I'm excited to be a part of this moment. Like there's only one period in time when this happened, and I was here. So
it'll be a different kind of unboxing when you get that.
Yes. What are you doing? Here, turtles. Like
here they are.
Man, do you want to see Dream Beaver? Okay, that sounds really weird. Do you want to see Dream Beavers? I have the Dream Beavers. I can get to them. I just need a minute. If you guys are willing.
While you're doing that, I'll show off like my inbox Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah, boink! We'll just do this.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, the OGs.
The OG Kenner line. Yeah, it was like when I was designing my Beetlejuice Guru. I was just surrounding myself with like every version. So I love
it. I'm just kidding. I don't think you're gonna do
that. I'm a true nerd collector when I have one in the box and one open.
That's great.
I still can't get enough of that Star Wars skit that they did. It was so accurate. He's like, one to keep in the box, one to open, and one for just in case. So
dude, yeah. Bobby Moynihan, right? That was a Bobby Moynihan one.
Yeah, Bobby Moynihan and what's the other guy? He did Brigsby Bear. I love his stuff. Yeah, but yeah, they all kind of did 30-year-old dads with their Star Wars collectibles. So
yep, it was spot on.
My favorite part was when the kid like had one of the vehicles. He's like, yeah, we can play with it. He's like, or you can keep it in the box. So yeah. I definitely had a period where I don't know if I should be proud or a little ashamed of this, but I definitely did triples at one point for certain things. So
well, are you a Star Wars toy collector as well? Is that
no in general, not just for Star Wars, like for things that like I'm really like I'm a big my number one fandom has always been Ghostbusters. So anytime since Ghostbusters fans are always tend to be thirsty because they always kind of like keep us like out on the out dry. Anytime something new comes out, you're just like, I'm gonna buy 3 of everything because we don't know when something new will come out ever again. So,
right.
Speaking of Ghostbusters, the HasLab.
I love how Hasbro is like, we're gonna give you the option to like do Ecto 1 or Ecto 1A. I was like, that everybody's gonna buy like 2 of them.
Yeah.
So
these are the 2 that were stock Dream Beavers.
Oh,
that
nice.
Came out. So these are the 2 that were released, but cool. My psycho ass had to make the other 2.
Whoa,
those are great, dude.
So you customize those yourself?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So he's so happy and he has his happy stars and he does eyes and murder claws, and then he has the drippy skull, which I don't know why that's so shiny on screen because it's definitely sealed with a matte sealer, but it makes it a little bit more unsettling.
Yes, it looks cool. What was the name of the fake Star Trek show that they had on that inside the show?
Space Heroes.
Yeah,
I want toys of those.
Yes.
So there is a guy who made a 3D printable version of both Captain and both Navigators because they did the Next Generation in a later season. And so you had your Picard and Wesley, and you had your Kirk and I guess Sulu or Chekhov. But
all of those in world, right? All of those in world, like cartoons within a cartoon. I want to have all of those.
Krognard.
Yeah.
Because Krognard, I think it was Krognard.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, something like that.
And
it was so good. Mixie says, NECA 1-to-1 vinyl ice cream kitty. I'm down.
Oh, that would be amazing. Yeah.
Here's a missed opportunity. How did we never have ice cream kitty actual ice cream? You know what I'm saying?
Like an ice cream?
Like an ice cream kitty ice cream. Like they do with the rest of the turtles where they have them as ice cream bars.
Yeah.
I feel like it just wasn't. I feel bad saying it wasn't well known enough, but I feel like it just didn't. I don't know. Like I feel like if you're buying Ninja Turtles ice cream and it's a cat, People are going to be like, huh? Like, you
It's
know,
ki-
it's
it's
not a
kind
one-to-one connection.
it's kind of like it's kind of probably one of the reasons why Playmates never did an Eastman and Laird action figures, which I'm happy that documentary just did.
Yeah.
But Playmates, if you're listening, you should totally take the sculpts. You should totally take those figures and make them available for every fan. That would be amazing.
NECA's doing an Eastman.
Yeah. And I love that. Well, I'm not going to spoil the little Easter egg, but it's great. So,
I mean, okay. If you remember there was old concept like drawings, right? That I think came from like Laird himself. That was him with a turtle body. Do you remember?
Oh
that?
yeah. He was holding. I'm
Yeah.
sure Justin Ishmael is going to put it out eventually. He's putting out all the weird like sketches,
That's fantastic.
and I love him for it. That's great. So yeah.
Speaking of some odd off the wall figures from Medi Toys. They showed these off last weekend, I believe. But you got a Rocksteady sculpt, a Bebop sculpt. But if you look at the weapons, they're very IDW inspired. But these are the turtles that they're doing. A little Mouser tech overlay, bunches of hands, bunches of accessories.
These look very Michael Bay inspired.
These to me look like again Freddie Williams. Like these look more like how he drew them on the cover of like.
Okay, you're right. I'm beginning. I think I was thrown off by the Bebop and Rocksteady. They looked definitely from the mic, and that was probably the best thing from like that second movie. So.
Mike, he's got flaming nunchucks.
That's amazing.
That's really cool.
But also, all of them are shown with
a
hat, like a fedora. So I'm guessing there's got to be some soft goods coming. But they also, I couldn't find an up close picture, but a foot soldier to boot.
Ooh.
But note the very female looking head, maybe a swappable Karai head.
Ooh, that'd be really cool.
And again, these are set to be like 1/12 scale. So whatever the hell that means. But I do like all of the kind of.
I love that they made Rocksteady like
gigantic,
like a tank. Yeah.
And then going into here's the rest of Heat Boys, but they're doing gold variants of all the Mecha Turtles, as well as transparent plastic versions of all the Mecha Turtles. In addition to their standard releases of the Turtles that are already out. These are set to come out, I believe, in throughout 2025.
What do you mean? What do you mean, mecha like from the anime?
No, so this is Mikey in all gold. So Heat Boys did basically a Gundam inspired.
That's right.
Yeah.
I saw him a long time ago.
Yeah,
wow,
and
that's cool.
So all those finally came out, and then they're like, "Hey, man, we got all the tooling. Let's do gold versions and transparent plastic versions." But they're not stopping there. Because Leo was already shown, and these are part of their vehicle conversion series. So Leo turns into the Turtle Van, which does have a little Leo figure chilling out in there.
Incredible.
But the second one coming is the Turtle Tank. And
what?
So there's Raph with giant ass size because Raphael is the second of them to be released.
Dang.
That's insane.
That's so cool.
They come with a hefty price tag, but they're pretty
they're
cool.
But when you hold them, they're hefty figures.
Oh
too.
yeah,
it's substantial. Here's what I will say. I want to see all the Super Turtles done by Heat Boys. I feel like that.
Right?
Dude, is a Turtle Saint?
Oh, dude. Yeah. Well, so here, hold on. So they did announce. No, not Super Saint. So they did announce that they're going to be doing. I believe these are 8-inch turtles, but like they're super stylized. This is all that was shown for them, but they are licensed. But yeah, I like Raph has a boxing glove.
Wow.
Those look but cool. Yeah, so these haven't really seen. Oh, Donatello is the turtle copter. Right on. I haven't been able to find an image of that one yet. But yeah, these were the only images shown from Heat Boys. But again, all of the cool Ninja Turtle shit coming down the pipe.
I wanna say the line from Poltergeist: "All are welcome, all are welcome."
Yeah. One of my friends, whenever people get in arguments about Batman, what Batman is their favorite, he says, "Hey, hashtag all Batmans are my Batman." You know what? I'm close to all turtles are my turtles. Not quite 100%.
There is no such thing as TMNT oversaturation. I would literally Trevor and I were having this conversation yesterday, like how Batman and TMNT, who happened to cross over, by the way.
Oh yeah,
everybody
and
knows
he
that.
worked on that one
Williams.
too.
Yeah.
Was it circle?
But
Freddie? Oh yeah. Freddie Williams.
Trevor also worked on that line though.
That's right, because he was a WB. Yeah. No, but what's great about both those lines is that they really are they're like the most versatile, and I feel like they're gonna be like the most like bulletproof, like
oh yeah,
always going forward. So because if you like, I remember like when the Michael Bay Turtles came out, like I wasn't mature enough to be like, like I got like, I think I genuinely got upset because I was like, you could have used that money to give us another Henson Turtle movie, but at the same time, like, I've grown now, and I was like, even though those turtles are not for me, they can even bad turtles like the Michael Bay ones can exist in the world.
Yeah.
So,
I stand by the first one. I got so frustrated with, and then the second one came out. I'm like, do more of this. If you're gonna do the weird ass monster turtles, do ones that are like a giant cartoon, like.
Well, but isn't it funny that the second one was the one that did like the less in the box office?
Yeah.
I think maybe they set a precedent with the first one though, right?
Yeah.
Where people had the expectation the second one was going to feel like the first one, and they had already made up their mind. I like the second one as well.
I mean, it was still Ninja Turtles, so I was there day one to go see it in the theaters. I was like, give it a go. And then, Super Spike. Yeah, having to explain that one to my son was a little awkward. My man.
Yeah, no, I will say I watched when the second one came out. I probably saw that trailer like five times in a row just because of Bebop and Rocksteady. So
yeah. Well, I'd love to see a return back to the live action as if it were like the continuation of the Henson, right?
Yeah. Oh, can I don't know if we have the time, but like I want to do my quick Henson, my Henson trilogy pitch. Okay, so I know that they're working on Last Ronin, and a lot of people have been saying that that's going to be a continuation of the first movie because they might have Judith Hogue and all that stuff involved. But I wanna do like a true like continuation from just movie one, because in my personal opinion, movie two is not a direct continuation of one. It is, but it isn't, because it's TGRI, and it's also a different actress who's playing April. And in my continuity brain, the moment you recast somebody, it's an alternate timeline. So, anyways, with that said, so my Turtle trilogy would start with 1990, the first one, which is like the perfect Turtle movie. And it would begin. The second one would begin when they're high-fiving. They're doing the cowabunga on top of the roof right after they defeated Shredder. And the movie two starts there, and like a light shines on them, and they literally get like they get abducted into space, and the whole second movie is them with a Fugitoid and Triceratons.
Oh, it'd be fun.
Okay, so but get ready. Here's a trilogy. So then the third movie is them coming back to New York from space, but because space is timey-wimey type of thing, 40 years go by and they're still teenagers, but it's now, and the Shredder has taken it over all of New York.
That's cool.
And then that explains why April would be older. So you could literally have the turtles still be teenagers, the Henson ones, and bring them to modern time.
So that sounds fucking rad as shit, by the way.
Well, and it loops in the Archie stuff a little bit there too, right?
Yeah,
and even
some with some wrestling, little cameos. But I actually just got messaged over from Duart Studios, an exclusive item he is making for the Joy Toy Turtles, and he said that I could share it here on the stream. This is a prototype, but that's a shell cycle.
Whoa!
Dang. That's really cool.
That's so damn cool. I did keep in mind awesome. I did get he literally shot this over and he's like, you can share. I'm like, woohoo! Like, all right.
Exclusive.
Yeah, so that's really neat. There are a few other things he has shown me that okay, never mind. He is shooting over images now. So hold on.
That's amazing.
So he is also making a board rack.
Oh, whoa. Can you zoom in on that? Or is that?
That's as big as I can make it right now.
Okay.
But yeah, so it holds all 4 skateboards.
Oh, so cool.
Nice.
Isn't that dope?
Mm-hmm.
But that's neat.
That's amazing.
Fucking shell cycle.
Yeah.
So fun fact, those are actually my Joy Toy turtles. He needed them for prototyping stuff. So I'm like, yeah. I said to myself,
that's funny.
Wanted to make sure he could make some really cool shit because dude is fucking legend. That's
cool.
I was to understand that bike would be attached to the Mikey when I got it back.
Yeah.
Can you do a comparison of that Joy one with the normal Playmates one? Are they kind of the same size? Sorry to put you on the spot.
Oh, hold on. Doink. I was gonna say I definitely cannot.
Okay, here. I got a.
It's small.
Like slightly smaller.
Smaller.
Not significantly smaller, but it's like like a head shorter maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's cool.
Again, it's that weird thing of like getting those in hand. I like legitimately my first thought was, "Ooh, shit! I need cargo pants." Because like I would have those things in my pockets all the time.
Oh, that's cool.
That was growing up. I remember like I had a pair of cargo shorts and like that was fig heaven. It's like, oh, all right, cool. I got my tech deck in one, and then like I'd bring like 3 or 4 figures in the other one, and it's a good day. It's a good day. But sorry.
That's awesome. No.
Give it a few years. I feel like cargo shorts will come back again. It seems to be where trends are.
I was never a G.I. Joe guy, but I remember when they came out with the Street Fighter ones.
Yeah.
I loved that's when I kind of appreciated like the feel of those figures, and I totally know what you mean by the cargo. Like I would carry, I think I had a Vega from Street Fighter, and I would carry him in my pocket like all the time. So yeah.
Dude, they did Mortal Kombat too.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. Yeah.
That's at shows just so that I can take photos and be a dork. I have mini me that lives in my my pencil bag.
That's amazing.
So this figure goes around with me. It's got my backpack and everything. Has my moleskin in hand. So yeah.
That's rad.
So I couldn't wait any longer on this. I was staring at it.
Oh, are you opening up Aunt Aggie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in company of wolves has been on my list to watch. I know she's in it.
Shit,
that movie. Yeah,
dude. What was I popped on something. I popped on what sometimes down here like I'll have like themes when I'm working on shit, and I'll just be like, oh, I want to listen to this, and I'll put on that radio on Spotify, and so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna throw on some like Little Shop of Horrors. So I threw on Little Shop of Horrors, and like that's how my wife and I met, was on a production of that.
What?
And yeah, I've made many a Tui, but I did a lot of production design stuff back in the day. But the funny thing is this radio station all of a sudden went over to Sweeney Todd, and she's the original Broadway. Oh God, I can't remember her name now. She's the one who runs the pie shop. She was played by
Helena Bonham Carter.
Yeah, no, Angela Lansbury was that original role on Broadway.
Oh, on Broadway. Okay, that character. Sorry.
Yeah. I can't remember the character's name though, but she originated that role. So all of a sudden that song came out. I'm like, sounds like fucking Mrs. Potts is talking about eating people. Oh, no. Yeah, Mrs. Lovett. There we go. But yeah, like that popped on, and I'm just like, Angela Lansbury, no,
Yeah.
don't
That
eat the people.
I wonder if they ever filmed like a version of the Broadway with her on it.
They did, because as soon as I heard that, I'm like, there's got to be footage somewhere. And yeah, she has. There's a whole production of it that they filmed. I think it was for Broadway on PBS or whatever that one was. Like they did a filming of it.
And that,
I'll send it over to you when I find it.
Awesome. And then that one that you just opened, that's part of the Toonie Terrors, right? From
Yep.
Mecca. Okay. Cool.
Toonie TV.
Toonie TV.
This is a whole Toonie, because they're doing the Sesame too.
Well, they're doing Sesame. They're doing superheroes. They're doing everybody.
Can you imagine a Toonie Terrors Sesame though? That would be. I doubt that Sesame would be on board with
I'm just throwing it out there. They're all in scale. You could just put them in line. I think it's a damn shame they haven't done Scooby-Doo in that scale, because there's some that are really close to it, but like it's just like, oh man.
Yeah.
Like,
Jada's doing the Scooby stuff now too, which looks fantastic.
But you know what would be cool is if the Toonie Terrors.
Hopefully next year. I got some stuff on the books, so
yeah.
But yes. Well, they have the way they're posed. The Scooby-Doo stuff it feels like it came right out of Scooby-Doo, right? It feels like like the Scream Ghostface was like
Ghostface, yeah, dude. That's legit. All of the Toonie Terrors, when I see them, I'm like, this is what those motherfuckers are gonna look like if they were in Scooby-Doo. Like that's
but here's something trippy. How about a Toonie Terror movie version of Scooby-Doo with like a Matthew Lillard like cartoonified kind of? That'd be awesome.
Oh God, I would like that very much. But real quick, our fourth has arrived, so I want to add him in here. We were talking about kind of that. What if the line continued? What if that movie continued? We have Jonathan coming in, and you know what? I'm just gonna let him introduce himself. So, Jonathan, welcome, dude.
How's it going, guys? How's that mic? Is that too loud?
Dang.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Here, I'm gonna pop this full screen. Let the people know who you are.
Jonathan House here.
You're good.
How's it going? Jonathan House here from Treasure Monster Toys. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good, man. Welcome.
Man, I'm fixated. I'm looking at these and I'm loving these.
For those who don't know, why won't it let me share now? This is frustrating. Hold on. Bear with me.
I've been seeing these on Instagram. So is this like a continuation of like TMNT or what?
Well, I guess you can say that in the sense of like fandom, you know.
Cool.
We in the
spirit of. Sorry.
Yeah. Absolutely. In the same spirit, in the same vein. So yeah, these are some Shadowline figures, and it's I say it as kind of like it's a Netherworlds multiverse type story that lives in the same universe.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, I was gonna say your Kickstarter is live right now.
And you've got it's like all these like phenomenal folks that are connected to this too. It's like you got Ryan Brown in there. I saw was doing potentially a figure, and it's like all the folks of yore, right? I mean, so it's like Jim Lawson was in this doing some stuff for it.
So good.
Yeah, this is Army Ant 2, right? I'll let you tell, because otherwise I'm gonna geek out and I'm just gonna be like, here's the story with Army Ant.
I mean,
yeah,
there's a lot. There's
a
lot to it, and it's kind of hard to tell where to start sometimes. You know, but yeah, I don't know how it happened, but it just kind of manifested this way to where, you know, there's Arshosky is in the mix, Ryan Brown's in the mix, Dan Berger's in the mix, Jim Lawson's in the mix. It just kind of like organically unfolded this way. But, you know, a few years ago, you know, I had this group on Facebook, Treasure Monster Toys, and I was just always trying to find cool ways to, you know, have fun stuff to do in the community. And because like back then, we would run a lot of like raffles, people call them waffles. And sometimes I would be like, I just don't want to be like this waffle group, you know, and I want to do something fun and like give the people something exciting, you know. It's just we could do as like a community. And so I had this idea, and right around that same time I met Dan Berger, and so I was like, hey man, what if we did this thing where like one lucky winner gets to give you the concept for a character, and you illustrate it in like the 90s style TMNT. And he was like, yeah, that sounds great. So it's like, we're supporting him as one of the original artists. He gets a little commission work. And, it was like a really cheap buy-in to play, inexpensive, like $2 a spot or $3 a spot or something. And yeah, and it just caught on like wildfire, and everyone loved it. And so we kept going, and then people started asking about, well, what about figures? When are the figures coming? And I was like, oh, of course, the figures. When are the figures coming? It was going to just like live as the art. And so I just kind of like became this toy maker, man. Like it wasn't, out of like fun. Necessity.
I'm actually pleasing necessity. I'm going to pop you full screen so people can see the figures a little bit better too.
It's kind of hard to. Yeah, go ahead.
Are these the version? So in your the Kickstarter too, you have some expanded goals where you're having like versions of the. These all came. Some of these already came out as figures, but there's going to be a different version that's going to be more in like the Playmates kind of feel, like where you can move the parts around in that way. Yeah, where the injected mold.
Yes. So these right here, these are kind of like working stand-in prototypes, but these are actually our USA figures that we've released over the past about a year now. And we've released and fulfilled 9 different figures. And it's a really cool process not a lot of people know about. It's called MJF. So it's not just 3D printing, but it's formed out of like nylon powder, and it injects and infuses the color into the powder as it's forming the figure. So
cool.
it's pretty. So they look amazing. They're super detailed. They look amazing. But but as far as the Kickstarter, we're moving to like old school style injection molded plastic. Using ABS plastics and like palm frames, and it'll be a shell, and it'll have like sonar welding for the shell, which is a cool thing that I learned recently. You would always think that these shells are glued together, but it's called sonar welding. So I don't even know what that means yet, but I'm gonna find out. So yeah, do you want to? It's kind of hard to light these things because you get them too close to the camera and they're all like washed out and overexposed. But I need like a nice studio setup like you guys have.
Dude, I
down here on
that porcupine. I was like shocked with how much articulation went into the porcupine head, for instance. It's like
Sledgehog.
The hedgehog, right? The Sledgehog. He's like that's you're showing me some of the early molds of that, like and it was like just so much depth was put into that. It's like every little thing is like there's so many. I don't know. I just kind of want to sit there and pet its head.
yeah. It's like a hard chia pet, but it's amazing. Like how. Here, let's see if I can give a better look so people can see what you're. I don't see that darn light. Can you see that? Okay. Can you see that?
It's cool.
Yeah. But the level of detail in these things is pretty crazy. But
sorry.
Yeah, but I was just gonna say, but these figures are so Inferno. He's been our most popular figure, and he's in the Kickstarter right off the bat. And these 3 guys here are stretch goals that can be unlocked, but they're going to be made overseas in like one of the best factories in the world. Injection plastic molded, made the old school way with the internal frame.
Heck yeah!
Wow.
Is with Army Ant too? That's the same process that'll be used with the Army Ant as well? Is that?
Yes, 100%. I bought 2 complete Killer Bees, extra ones, just so I could send to InSing as samples. So they're probably gonna have to like cut it in half. There's no telling. Just so like everything, I want everything to be just like it was made in the 90s. And it's like, with the advancements in technology and manufacturing processes, there are things that can actually be done better, like the type of packaging on the inside could be like the egg carton, like the nice, like, no, I just want like a crappy piece of cardboard with like a notch cut in it. Okay. Like that's how I want it done. Make sure to do it, Gary. Like, so, and so, yeah, everything's going to be made just like it was made in 1990. That's the goal. It's going to have the internal frame. Every part of it is going to be made as close as possible.
I like the various decals as well that you have going for it.
Amazing.
The thing with Army, and this is like here's just me. I need to geek out. This is it. So,
all right, Mr. Geeky, here you go.
Brace yourself.
Okay, Army Ant. There's historical component to this, right? So Army Ant was, for folks who don't know, it was in Zarshowski, right? It was one of his original designs that was going to be the Mega Mutants were going to continue on, and this was one of the characters that would have been one of the Mega Mutants. And so this is like, I saw this and we Jonathan and I have been talking about this for a while, and when he let me know, I was like, oh. So this is like, there were a couple other Mega Mutants as well that were in concept phase. So this excites me a lot to see that this is finally coming after how many decades, right? I mean, to finally see this come into existence is such a phenomenal extra layer, right?
It's shocking to me that they haven't been made sooner. Okay, it's right. Because they're such unbelievably amazing designs, and you know, and there's another one, Undertaker Spider, or Undertaker Tarantula. I guess that has a few different names in a few different places, but Undertaker Spider. I don't know if you have a picture of that, but
give me a minute.
That's
did I send you that one? If not, I have it on my computer. I can.
Yeah, you probably have it somewhere. that is an incredible design, and you know, Army Ant is, you know, far more well known because in 1990 Playmates made a prototype, and a lot of people have seen that, like in like Rad Plastic. You can see it online, and it's just like that tan brownish color, and it just never went into production. And so, but yeah, that Undertaker Spider. I was actually just talking to Turtle Mix Studios about that a few days ago. So, yeah.
Oh man,
wink, 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 wink. Yeah.
My gosh! All right, here I'm Dave. I'm sending this. I'm sending you a picture right now because
something just fell.
I have a couple versions actually. I don't know, maybe.
We live in a time when the fans are making some of the best stuff. So
yeah,
it's incredible. It's incredible,
right?
Very cool.
Yeah, no, you don't know how excited this makes me that you are talking about this, because I'm like I know that's on your radar, and that.
Whoa.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask your guys' opinion about this one particular thing that keeps popping into my head. What do you think about the noose on the back? Do you think that should be nixed and like maybe replaced with something else? What are your thoughts on that?
No, that noose on the back is incredible.
The only weird thing is I feel like if you're going with the old production method, it would have to be like attached to the rear, like the thorax of the figure. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it would be able to be hanging down like that if you were going kind of the old school. They would have integrated it in somehow, like
into the design,
stuck to a leg or stuck to, you know, the rear, or even the coffin on top. Like it would be laid, like, you know, curled up on top or something, and it wouldn't have been painted. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, think like Pizza Face, another like Arshowski's. A lot of his stuff, or Wingnut, right? There's a lot of different stuff that was built into the sculpt itself that, you know, just remained unpainted. And you know, so if you look closely at it, you'll see, oh, whoa, there's a bunch of other added elements to this.
Either that, or you do most of the rope sculpted into the actual figure, and then the actual noose you make out of really thick plastic, like hanging out.
Yeah, that's. I was kind of thinking. Can you pull that picture up one more time, Ethan? There, the Undertaker Spider. I haven't really got into analyzing the specifics of this thing yet, because it was just kind of brought up a few days ago.
Is
this one?
And yeah. Can you use it? I'm trying to see, like, where is that noose? What is that noose connected to?
It's
there?
tied
It's like a
bone in the back,
like a crossbone. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's doable. You know, we can make it like a thick plastic, almost like like is it movie splinters belt? It's like that thick, rope like rubberized where it has like flexibility, or there's some other things I'm sure.
Here's the fun thing too. I wonder if almost the zombie who's in the casket could almost be the little buddy on that for that dude, right? Where
or maybe he has the noose around his neck, or he's holding the noose or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
maybe. But I get what Dave was. I totally get what Dave was saying too about that. Like the with how the things are sculpted into it as part of it. Like it's.
I mean, you could
go either way.
It in a number of ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, also in that well, I'm treating it like the drawings up on the screen. Hold on. Like you come down here for some odd reason everybody wears fucking Chucks, even though those are supposed to be cowboy boots. But like I was staring at this and there's a gun like in the boot back here. You can see it, and then he's got an ace hanging out, and it's because it's very old west.
Yeah,
I mean, you
could be stickers.
You could get away with something like you could integrate the noose, and you could wrap it around one of the arms or legs, and then have the loop like tied to one of the boots or something. I mean, there's a number of different ways you could implement it where it would kind of have that old school feel, where it would integrate into the sculpt and integrate into the tooling. Where, again, if Playmates was doing it, they would go, "We're gonna keep it in. We're not gonna make it obvious, though." Like, you look back at some of those OG sculpts, and there are some ones that are downright effed up, but you're just like,
oh yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, Pizza Face, I think, had right? Wasn't there? He had like turtles shells on his built into like the different. Yeah. It was.
He killed a lot of animals.
Those turtles.
Yeah.
Well, didn't Needle Nose and Killer Bee, didn't they have like sticker sets that came with them too? I feel like in my mind. Yeah. Killer Bee just had. Well, Killer Bee had two stickers. He had one sticker for the 8-ball, and then he had the one sticker that said "Buzz Off," that kind of goes right behind his head on his on his shoulder, whatever part of that you call it, the upper abdomen. And then Needle Nose, he had the the windshield sticker, and then the I think 4 or 6 arm shoulder badges, like patches. Yeah, and so Army Ant, I wish I had a sticker sheet on hand to show you guys, but it's only in art form at this point. But Army Ant, he's gonna have. Speaking of Army Ant, why don't we just pull that guy out here while we're talking about it? He's gonna have a similar sheet there. Sorry, what were you gonna say? I wanted to know if you've seen. I just sent some pictures to Dave to also show you when we're done with this.
Hold on.
Just to know if you had seen this before. This is a couple of rare images that I didn't know if. I'm curious if you've seen this.
Whoa.
This is a buzzard, a Mega Mutant buzzard.
Amazing.
This looks like it says Buzzard Bomber B.
There's a couple different versions, right? So I think this is also Arshowski. We'll have to connect offline here too. I can show you some stuff.
Uh-oh. Hold on.
Here.
There we go. It's good. Uh-oh. We lost House.
No.
Yeah,
did you lose me?
Really fast. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
And we can hear you.
Did you lose me?
No. Oh.
So
there was a. There was a storm.
Whoa.
Boom, Army Ant.
Hang on a second.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
What?
That wasn't what it... Oh, we lost him.
You guys
like, why did he come back to me?
Is this when you cue in the intermission song, or?
I guess, yeah.
Really,
we actually have that. No.
Really quick. Before I forget, I want to show this off because the glow in the dark version is still available. But this is my LA Gorgon.
Heck yeah!
Adorable.
So if anybody is a Stranger Things fan, there's a glow in the dark version at I am 8-bit. So.
God, I love this so much. I mean, it kind of like invokes, like, there's so much about. I love the style here because it's like it feels kind of rubber hosey a little bit.
Oh yeah. That's I love drawing. I mean, I literally my vocabulary came from Popeye and Astro Boy. So those are the two I'm constantly like referencing. So yeah.
And I saw that sculpt, and all I could think of was Penny from
from
Pee-wee's
Pee-wee?
Playhouse. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Totally see that.
I'll take it as a compliment. It's probably the colors too. I mean, the colors is also kind of what makes this piece pop a lot, and I'm really happy I went with these. So.
Patty mayonnaise too, a little bit. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
From Doug.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm.
The original this is when I started doing the basis for my figures, because my original illustration was actually like something like this. It had like the triangle like in the back. But then when I decided to pitch the figure, I was like, how am I going to incorporate that background element? So that's when I kind of like was like, oh, why don't we make it like the base? So that's how it kind of became the base.
Oh, that's cool.
So from that point forward, like even with the gurus, I was like, it'd be cool to do like a base for the Beetlejuice one. I'm actually really obviously turtles. I had to do a sewer lid. I mean, no brainer. But when I did the Beetlejuice one, I was like, oh, what don't we do with like a little cut piece of the grass from like the model set? So
that's neat.
Yeah,
worked.
Yeah.
Do you have? Are there like from your own past like wheelhouse of things that you just absolutely love? Are there still like certain franchises that are like on a bucket list for you that you're like, I need, like, here's who's left. I got to Turtle. I got to, you know.
Speaking is, well, it's funny you mentioned that because I have unproduced prototypes that hopefully I get to make someday. This is my version of He-Man.
That's dope.
I actually have a Skeletor sculpted. It's basically Skeletor is the same body. So what I want to do is the Skeletor would go next to him, and you could literally kind of superimpose them together to look like the swords are kind of merging together. So, but this line that I call my sword in the air line, where you could do like all the kind of like Conan, Thundercats, like I even did a Darth Vader one where like I did a squiggly like lightsaber. So
that's cool.
So yeah, this is like my master's pitch, and then the one that I really would love to do someday is officially is this Jurassic Park one.
Oh shit!
It's the Barbasol can fused with Mr. DNA.
That's a deep cut. I love that.
But wait for it. It's my whole gimmick of this line. I call it my inanimates line, and you know, like in the world that we live in, where you can basically get anything like as a Funko Pop. Like I wanted to kind of sort of stand out a little bit and like give you a vinyl figure where you could like do different like posing or like, you know. So it actually opens up and it has like little dinosaur eggs that you can actually swap out like in his hand. So I can actually take this little egg out. He's got a little peg there.
Oh, nice.
So I can take, this is I think a T-Rex. Yeah,
that's cool.
And these would glow in the dark. So, and I'm gonna swap out and put in a little Brachiosaur, and I'll show you like these have like pegs inside too there for the eggs. So
that's really cool.
And then there's the little Brachiosaur. So yeah, and then you kind of just seal it up. So yeah, I want to do this for Jurassic Park, but then like for Ghostbusters, I have the ghost trap with a little ghost inside of it. And speaking of TMNT, I have the TCRI canister with the 4 turtles inside.
That's neat.
Nice.
So hopefully someday get to make those. You know what? And while we're talking on the subject, since you brought him on, I wanna manifest that if this mutation line becomes successful, make mutated rat versions of Jay and Silent Bob, because I did these on top of the other Kevin Smith project I did these. So I imagined I actually wanted to branch out and do a whole like universe of like characters as rats. So I thought this was like the perfect like area. I even like did like the so, but yeah, anyways, I think I've shown off all my toys now, so I'm good.
Please do. We'll have a lot more fun, don't you worry. Also, Jonathan just messaged me. He's working on getting back on. He had some technical difficulties.
Cool.
So he's working on that right now.
Yeah.
Shogun, I do want to throw it out there though as well. Coming up here in a couple weeks, I do something that I like to call the bad idea for a good cause marathon stream.
Oh,
I
cool.
go live for 24 hours and people come and go that entire time, and we raise money to fight cancer for kids
Oh my
via
gosh.
Extra Life. If you'd like to come back on, I'll shoot you all the information and whatnot, but it'd be
Yeah.
awesome to have you back on. We got sculptors, toy makers, everybody. It's fun. Last year, Townsend Coleman, the original Michelangelo and voice of the Tick, and Dave Vonner got into an inspirational co-speech that they just kind of went off the rails with. So it's a good time, but I just wanted to throw that out there while we were kind of in between
Yeah.
topics.
Yeah, I would absolutely. You can absolutely count me in for that.
Hell yeah,
for
dude.
that
I'll send you
cause.
all the
Yeah.
info and whatnot.
Yeah. Yes, please.
This year is going to be like an indie toy maker extravaganza, which I'm very, very excited for. Lots of folks making lots of cool shit. Gonna be swinging by the show, which will be super fun.
Perfect.
This was also my way of throwing in a cheap plug for the marathon stream coming up. But
Yeah. No, that's and speaking of indie, I do have one more toy I want to show off.
Let's go.
That's
awesome.
This is my Onyx the Fortuitous vinyl toy I designed for as part of the Kickstarter for the movie. If people don't know, Onyx the Fortuitous is a YouTube character that's got his own movie, and my friend Andrew Bowser wrote and directed it, and he plays Onyx, so I got to design the first official Onyx toy.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
As soon as you popped it up there, I was like, I know that guy.
Yeah. I don't know. Toys are pretty cool.
Hell yeah. Speaking of indie toys, 9 to 5 Warriors only needs 5K more to fund. That's hella awesome. They went from 50% funded 4 days ago to 90% funded today.
Whoa. But by the way, I just want to say really quickly, that's so amazing. I'm just so happy that not only are we continuing these old toy lines, my friend David just got his Monstores fully funded.
Dave's been on here a bunch of times. Dave's good people.
Yeah.
There's some 9 to 5 Warriors right there. Brandon, be proud.
Yeah. No, and speaking when you brought is Josh? Is it Josh?
Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan. When he was talking about the mutated, I immediately thought about the 9 to 5 Warriors, because I was like, it's so cool that like we're taking like our nostalgia, but then remixing it and making it like our own, and just kind of like we're making the stuff that we want to see get made.
Cool.
So yeah.
Well, it's like we're the fans that grew up with it that are now getting to make, put our own stamp on it to some degree here, which is
absolutely.
Yeah, we're continuing the story, continuing the legacy. I mean, I look at one of my favorite toy lines that I recently just got back into is Muscle Men. I'm a big Men dude. And legit, this weekend I had to go up and winterize my family's cat. Like, we have 2 old shacks, and I was up there and I brought my gallon Ziploc bag of Muscle Men and like laid them all out on the table and was like, all right, time to go through, find the doubles. Like, dip, 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 dip. But man, I was going, yeah, dude, bust into it. But I was like going through those and I'm like, ooh, like I looked at all the Super 7 Keshi that was being made. I looked at all that, and let's just say there's going to be something really exciting coming from this channel, hopefully in the next couple months. So stay tuned for that.
That's awesome.
I don't know. I gotta say, like, we're in a crazy cool toy renaissance if you think about it. I mean, outside of the major retailers and manufacturers and such, God, those wings are so good. But I mean, we're seeing continuations, we're seeing innovation, we're seeing I want to say renovation of toy concepts. I mean, you have Jonathan, who's fucking making legitimately these toys that are just like mad concepts, and now they're going to be physical projects.
Like, here's the thing. I mean, folks have been asking for exactly this, right? Like more of the Playmates style in the old style, right? Like, and that's what this is like a continuation of that. In this, it's like such a beautiful thing to see that. Because,
I mean, you have no idea how much I was frothing at the mouth when they showed the Eastman and Laird in the Playmate style. Like I was just like, I need those like right now.
I feel bad because Geeky and I were going back and forth, and I'm just like, man, I hate that. I just want to get those figures and then watch the movie. And he's like, we should do a viewing party. I'm like, yes, we should. I'm going to back for those figures. Because yeah. I also so when I'm not on here, I'm a comic creator. That's my job. Is I make comic books and illustrate and design stuff. But
awesome.
like it's recently it was like, holy shit, like there's an official Jack Kirby figure out right now. There's an Eastman figure. There's a Todd McFarlane figure. You know, like there are figures of these creators that are like populating our shelves. Like actually right up here, I have I made a custom Steve Ditko for my Spider-Man show.
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
So I got Steve Ditko. I have, because the Jack Kirby hadn't come out yet, I made my own. So there's old man Jack Kirby.
That's amazing.
To go with the Stan Lee, and he actually has the Book of the Atom from X-Men. So I have those guys. Well, I have those guys on my shelves back here.
Yeah. Here's a pitch if Playmates is listening, or if or whoever, because I know Playmates is not involved in the Eastman and Laird ones, right? They're just sculpted
they're coming straight from that studio. They're being manufactured by
I saw someone mention they were involved in was it oh, you know who I think it was it was another indie creator, the sculptors. I'm trying to think if it was like Baxter's laboratory.
Baxter's Laboratory.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. One of the oh my god, talk about like that scene. The TMNT custom scene is insane. Online.
Geeky, show off your Krang.
Which Krang?
What,
yes.
You mean what Krang? The one that you friggin' commissioned.
Oh yeah, right.
Ooh.
Look at that's just like
amazing,
freaking moly, right? And
hell yeah, goofballs.
Yeah, and there's some new sculpts that I just saw. Did I send you the tease, right, of what might be coming next from this? It was a Not Cuddly.
Oh yes, yes you did. Hold on. I have that. Hold on.
It was gorgeous. And
so friggin' far.
That's amazing. But just to close off what I wanted to say. So the Eastman and Laird in the Playmate style. Why doesn't somebody do the Playmate style for like all these heroes like Kirby, McFarlane? Like just do like a whole line in like that cartoony style. That'd be amazing.
A lot of that is tied to likeness rights and estates.
Oh well, yeah, obviously you would want to do it with like officially, but I'm saying that
was the big thing with the NECA one is on the bottom of it says likeness provided by the Jack Kirby Museum, like like it was approved by Jack Kirby's foundation, which is insane. Stan Lee is the only other. Well, Stan Lee and Todd McFarlane were the only other like official ones released. Now there's an Eastman one coming from NECA. In the Trash Man suit.
We already have enough Stan Lee figures. We need more Jack.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, I'm
it was on that from that same Kickstarter. There was like the punk, the nose punk guy, right? That was was one of the original Snot Nose, right? It was one of the original concepts that was coming out of that, right? So
so good.
What that was, I mean, I had seen the docuseries. I got advanced. I saw it in advance. So when it came out, I was like instantly pledging to this. But that was one of the pieces where I was just like, okay, I'm all in. This is everything on this.
So much cool shit. Like that was the thing, is it's just there are so many amazing projects going on right now.
Andy, was it yesterday? Andy Siriano, the he worked on the
Rise
in 2012. He just did a new one, Lost Company, which is kind of the spiritual continuation, is what he described it as. It's its own thing, but like they just teased up some of the characters that are going to be in there that are clearly the Rise of TMNT in different versions, right?
Yeah. No, it's amazing. Oh, and speaking of, I just don't not to rewind too much, but speaking of muscle men, because you like muscle men, when I used to work in Adventure Time at the studio, those would be like the things that we would have like, always like just like lying around. It's just random muscle men all around the studio. So.
Dude, I've been kind of diving into Keshi, just Keshi in general. Like one of my buddies found Super 7's Toxic Crusaders Keshi. I worked I've worked for Boss Fight Studios. I work with Masked Republic currently. And they did Lucha Libre Keshi of all their licensed luchadors at the time. And I got my hands on those. Those came out a couple years ago, but I was like, yeah, okay, I need more of this. You need more luchador.
No, it's amazing. And like, sorry, like it's actually really nice to like nerd out so hard, like with people with people that talk. You know how right now I feel like Masters of the Universe is really doing it right, like with the crossovers.
Oh yeah, dude.
I really want to show these pages up. These are freaking rad.
But like the Stranger Things one that they just did, that was freaking amazing. Why don't you put out like a Vecna's house as a playset, like a Moto playset? So
dude, that He-Man that you held up, my psycho ass got that figure, and I went, he's the most powerful man in the universe. Why didn't they just put him under the giant buck? Yeah. And so I ended up taking a bunch of parts and putting it onto a 40th anniversary He-Man buck. And so he towers over everybody else in that line. I can go grab. I know where that is. It's in my Motu tub.
I love seeing these two together.
So they're so good. Yeah. You know what? Hold on, because we've been talking about toy news and stuff, and we do have a little Motu Turtles of Grayskull line update. This needs to stop. But Mechaneck, Ratlore, Donnie and Raph, which Donnie, now you can have a unhelmeted Donnie on a figure. Another version of Leo with hook blades, Clamp Champ with a very snake themed one, Mikey with net chucks, Mutated Ninjor, King Hiss, who's also a foot soldier, and Super Shredder, but he's a snake man.
Wow.
Like,
bravo.
Well, and a couple of these I think are already over at like Big Bad, right? It's for pre-order.
Yeah, they're this wave, the top wave. These 5 are up for pre-order right now on BBTS.
Wow.
I love that sculpt. I mean, you have to look closely at it with the Ratlore, but it's like basically it's this other. The mutation is him like coming out of his skin, basically.
Yeah, that's his mouth.
Yeah.
It's kind of awesome and gross. Yes. Also, as soon as I saw this Raph head sculpt, I was like, son of a bitch, they're bringing back the Rise like skull cap and the next mutation skull cap.
Yeah. And Mutant Mayhem too. Yeah.
Yep. Just across the board, man.
It's thanks Michael Bay.
Yeah.
You know what? Like in some iterations, I don't mind it that much. I actually liked it in Rise. It was pretty good in Rise.
Oh, dude, the thing is I like it as a way of differentiating like the turtles a little bit more, because like legitimately,
for sure,
I'll put it out there. Next mutation. But however, those toys, pardon the phrase, but they fucked, man. They were great figures. Like, those are some of my favorite figures.
And they have they'd be able to permeate really well to different lines too, right? Yeah. Silver would be phenomenal in like think about Silver in like the Fred Wolf line, right? Or the what if.
So the funny thing is, Silver was one of those like white whales for me for the longest time. Like I was trying to find one, and I went to Kane County, my first Kane County toy show, and it popped up. Like I found one on card for like $30, and I got it. And not only did I get it, I tore into that thing like a fat kid on a cupcake. Like, and you know how I know that? I was the fat kid. And that Yeti gangster was my cupcake. Speaking of my Yeti cupcake, hi John, welcome back. Sorry, I know that
Hey,
was
guys.
Whoa, he
segue,
brought the
but-
he brought the army.
Heck yeah.
Let me just say real quick, I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage with my signal tonight. I won't go into the details there, but so if I lose you guys again, I'm really sorry about that. And maybe we could try it again at a later date. But
No
I
worries,
thought it was
dude.
worth giving it another go. So
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
so we're back.
we'll be on here for a while, man. So you're good. You're good. We got another like 15 minutes or so. So
Mhm.
give us a rundown on. You got two variations there, two different camo schemes, two
Wow.
different color schemes.
Yes, we have two versions. So this is Army Ant Classic, and this is the one that we like overanalyzed, Needle Nose and Killer Bee, and exhausted every avenue possible, like with the Arshowski studio, with original Mirage artists, with the community doing polls, with leading customizers in the community, some people who are in a few of the top toy manufacturers, to like really nail down the color scheme on this guy. And then we also wanted to do one that was kind of, jazzed up a bit and had maybe a little more detail, had a little more flair than the minimalistic approach here. And so that's why we did this Combat Camo, which is the Kickstarter exclusive. So yeah, the Army Ant Classic, it'll be available, down the road even after the Kickstarter, but the Combat Camo will be exclusive only to the backers on Kickstarter.
That's
Yeah.
rad, dude.
So it looks like you could fit like a character in his pincers too, right? Like if you, yeah, right. If you have like a where
you probably could. I have not tried that yet, but you probably could. So you know how Killer Bees antennas, they have that like little circle, and then they can kind of go in and they're fitted to where the circle can compress a little bit, then it goes in. So the mandibles are going to be the same way as with the antennas on this guy here. So yeah, that could be a little extra layer of adventurous play there, putting a little guy on his mandibles. I'm not going to try it with the prototypes now, but
That's a good call.
Right.
But man, those are sick looking. We were kind of we were geeking. We were all three of us were geeking out while you were figuring out the signal and stuff, and we were talking about what could be, what has been, what will be, and talking about how fun it is that there's so many awesome toy creators like yourself that are continuing the legacy of these projects and these creations. So yeah, never a
Yeah,
dull
man.
moment.
There are a lot of great creators out in the community, and I think it's great, keeping the old school vibe alive. And of course, we love the new stuff, a lot of the new stuff. Some of it maybe we don't, but yeah, it's just who better than to rekindle the flame and stoke the fire of that original era than us '90s kids, I guess.
Right.
If Hasbro is listening, I want an Origins version of this, please.
Man, dude. Well, yeah. I was gonna say I think the Super Sevens got the ball in their court right now with those little bits, or not Super Seven. Sorry,
Mondo. Yeah. If you have $150 to spend.
Yeah. And Alex killed those sculpts, but good gravy, yeah.
I wish Super 7 would release carded figures, just like old school carded style figures, like with a bubble. I don't know. There's just something about seeing a carded figure opposed to a box. Nothing wrong with a box, but
a couple of those have started making it. Right.
Yeah. Super 7 started doing cheaper versions.
So those are just starting to hit, but again, they're still in the bubbles. Like
they have the reaction line that those are carded figures, but I guess I meant more like the 5-inch figures. What's that?
I said those cards rule though. Like reaction figures, like I hate to say it, every time I see reaction figures, I'm like, I love the packaging on that, and I'm not as big a fan of the figures, but I'm like, it gets me to look every single time. The Sesame Street ones,
right?
Yeah,
I mean, these are fun. I mean, the Oscar the Grouch one, I can't tell you how many times I just sit there and like pop them up and down and the yip yips, right?
Yeah.
But like, I mean, it has the action features too, which is like such a that's a thing I wish would come back a bit too. Is like Shogun was showing off his where it was like you open it up and it's like there's the
It's a gimmick.
Right? It's the gimmicky thing. But like when we were like, especially like when we were younger here, like that was a big thing. You have He-Man with Thunder Punch He-Man, or you have, right? Like you have different, even Slamu and, some of that. It's like I try to explain that to my kids. I'm like, back in my day, we had,
toys
color
started,
change figures.
Toys started fires and could punch you in the face.
Don't even get me started on right?
Or something. I mean, I mean, I've been recollecting these again because I love this line from Mattel. But I love the fact like this you can like just interchange his head and then change the expression. I mean, how simple is that? Like, or like this.
You've never had a friend like him, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just unboxed. I had them in storage forever. I think it was Mattel, like with the Disney Store, made a big ass version of that genie, and then they made that. I mean, he has it right there, don't you? Ah, yeah, that one. And then they
once I start collecting one thing, like I need all the versions. So,
dude,
what's that like?
Right?
The Disney Store released 12-inch versions of like Hercules and Tarzan and Aladdin, though, that I got super into, like because those were my favorite dudes. So like I have those with that genie on a shelf now. But man, they're fun. But getting back to the retro goodness, also, I guess we're down to the last 10 minutes. So real quick, I do want to give both you guys time to plug the living daylights because I know you got a Kickstarter, John, going on. Shogun, you have a product coming out this weekend. So I do want to toss it to you guys real quick. I'm going to give you guys both 5 minutes.
No. I want to give it to Jonathan because like his is more mine. I'll just make mine really quick. So I have 2 figures that are going to be featured at New York Comic Con this weekend. So if you stop by the Culture Fly booth, I don't have the number on me, but if you go to my Instagram, you can get the booth number. So Culture Fly is going to have my Beetlejuice Guru, which is part of my Guru series. Here I'm holding my Guillermo del Toro one, just so you get a preview of what they look like. So this New York one is going to be exclusive to New York Comic Con because it's going to glow in the dark. It's the Ooze glow in the dark edition.
Wow.
And then I have my Beetlejuice Guru, which is going to be that's going to be at the Culture Fly. Sorry, and then the TMNT one is going to be at the Kid Robot booth. So, and I'm going to be there in person on Friday and Saturday, and possibly Thursday. So if you see me, stop by and say hi. So,
will that be online too? Will folks? Is there a way for folks not there also to be able to get it?
I think the TMNT one, they're making them available online, like in small like windows. So I think every day they're going to make them available online for a certain period of time. So you will get a chance to like get it online as well. I don't know if like once the convention's over and like if they don't sell out, they'll make them available online as well. So that's a possibility as well. The Beetlejuice one, again, is just the prototype, but hopefully we'll get more information about pre-orders soon. So
hell yeah. Well, you have to come back on and plug the living daylights out of it for the marathon stream. John, I will tell you about that in a moment because chill, my friend, chill.
That Beetlejuice looks amazing, by the way. They all look amazing, but that Beetlejuice looks sick, dude. That looks amazing.
Dude, your line looks amazing. I wanna collect that. I want that ant, and I want that tarantula. I want that tarantula so bad.
Oh yes.
Heck yeah.
All right, guys. John? So yeah, go ahead.
No, I was saying do it up.
All right, so this is Army Ant. 35 years in the making. There was a prototype in 1990. It never hit production. It's kind of become a thing of legend in between, and it's finally here. We're making it. It is happening. This is officially licensed through David Arshofsky, the creator, his studio, Turtlemuck Studios. I actually received a hard copy of his personal hand sculpt of this, and then went through a super high-tech laser scanning facility, so it captured every detail perfectly. And so this is his sculpt David Arshawski's hand sculpt. And we have an incredible roster of artists. And you can get this now. The Kickstarter is live. It's only been live for 2 days. We have a lot of different tier deals. You can buy. The Ant is going to retail for $199 long term. On Kickstarter, you can get it for $159. If you want both of them, you can get the classic version and the Combat Cambo Kickstarter exclusive together for $299. So that would be like $100 off retail if you were to get both of them later. Although you can't do that with them. And we also have a great lineup of figures. Inferno, our most popular figure, is on there, included in the beginning goal. We have an all-star cast of artists involved: Dan Berger, Jim Lawson, Ryan Brown. So there's just a lot of great stuff going on here, a lot of nostalgic love. And yeah, be sure to check out the Kickstarter. You can just go on there and search Army Ant. And yeah, I hope you get yourself an Army Ant because it's going to be amazing. And these are going to be injection molded plastic, made with PVC and ABS and an internal palm frame, just like the classic toys. They're going to have the same feel, the same articulation and movement. I'm making every aspect of these as close as possible to as if it were made in 1990.
Hell yeah.
Take it away, Dave.
I did also link that in the comments, so make sure to do that. I also have all of these guys' socials and stuff linked in the video description below. With the last couple minutes, Geeky, plug away, my friend. Plug away.
There's lots. I got lots of stuff. I didn't even have to look at my notes. Okay, one big thing is I just lots of stuff coming. Some deep dives. Some amazing artists coming up. Got one for 2012 deep dive that's been in the works for a bit. Got some phenomenal artists on there. Mr. Jones, who I saw is in the audience here tonight, is one of those artists, as well as Cerbro Art, who did the opener for our show tonight, which phenomenal. I've got a collaboration going with a puppet company named Puppets. And so what we're doing, it's really cool. It's going to be really excited for this. It's going to be some exclusives that are working with the Speaky Geeky channel and with Dave Wonder's channel to do. It's going to be like discounts throughout their whole site, but it's also like some stuff that's going to be very. Folks in the audience will appreciate. I'll leave it at that. I'm going to tease it at that because I can't say what it is just yet, but I think folks will like it a lot. I'll give you here is a sample of what you may have seen this on. This is me adding my own layers to it. This is one of their puppets who I dressed up a little bit to turtlefy it a while back. Some really cool stuff. And so if you do Speaky Geeky as the discount for Puppets. Puppets. Did I give you the info? I think
you did not.
Well, okay. I think it's Puppets. Shoot. Okay. So Puppets. Pubbets. It's really fun stuff. There's more stuff. I can't remember. My mind is bleh. But yeah, that's one of the biggies. The deep dives. We got some new animations coming too. We've got a new series coming out that's going to be from the Speaky Geeky Vault, which is going to be a handful of interviews that we've had in the past that finding a way to bring those back because I'm slow. And they're really fun. I want to make sure folks get to see them because it's some really, really exciting and fun conversations we had. Plus, I guess also be back here for the marathon stream because that's coming up very quick and it's always a blast.
3 weeks? So there will be some roster announcements coming up soon. Jonathan, you had the signal died and you missed out, but I'll send you the information on that. I go live for 24 hours. It's the bad idea for a good cause. All the money raised during that stream goes towards children's cancer treatment and research for Extra Life. So far, we've raised $25,000. Or just under $25,000 for children's cancer treatment and research through Talking Nerdy to you. So I'll shoot you all the information for that, or if you can stay on for a minute after the show too, I'll give you the rundown. But Real quick, I do want to give a shout out to everybody who was in the chat tonight. Shout out to the COJ. Thank you for being a part of the conversation. Thank you, Shogren. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Geeky. Thank you, Mitch, for being the mod with the most as well. You know where to find me. It's all in the video description below as well. Most importantly, you can find Geeky and I over at Extra Life, extra-life.org/participant/Dave Wonder. Go check that out. Donate. If you can't donate, share. Because as a wise man once said, fuck cancer. So on that lovely note, be good, be kind. Much love from Minnesota. Good night, everybody. I don't have an outro. I do have an outro. Woo!